So the Indonesian success today, been in 3, 1-2 so far. Not involved in the next match, which is men's singles. It's Chong Wei, the 2-time defending champion, won for the last 2 years, although he's won 3 times in total, up against Chen of China. And then the last of our semi-finals is men's doubles, Mohamed Hassan and Bono Septano, up against the Chinese pair of Chai Biao and Guo Zhengdong. Well, you can see that the other men's singles has already started. That's Peter Geda. 15 years since his last semi-final appearance here at the Indonesia Open, back in 1996. He was in the semi-final. He's up against a surprise semi-finalist, Sho Sasaki of Japan. Sho Sasaki, of course, beating Lin Dan, and then yesterday beating Chen Jin in the quarter-final. So he's had a remarkable tournament too. So men's singles, as with the women's doubles and the mixed doubles, 4 different nations. But perhaps the most worrying thing as far as Indonesian fans are concerned, because they've had such a tradition here in men's singles. Of course, this is the 30th Indonesian Open, and of the previous 29 tournaments held, men's singles title has been won 21 times by an Indonesian player. Never before has an Indonesian men's singles player not been present in the semi-final stage in this particular tournament. And that's of concern, Ian.
Yes, it is. We discussed it a little bit yesterday. Taufik, he's been their #1 for a long time, and there's still a big gap between him and the next player, you'd have to say. But,
well, 5 Indonesian players in the first round draw. Only Taufik progressing through that first round. And that just emphasises your point. He's getting on in badminton years. He's said that he's going to retire after the London Olympics. And, you know, none of these younger players who were in the first round of the draw have even progressed to the second round.
No, they have got a problem, but as we were talking about yesterday, the problem's not now. The problem is it takes so long to develop men's singles players. If you make mistakes, you pay for them 5 or 6 years later. Taufik's been their #1 player for probably over 10 years now, and he's still as far away from anybody else as he ever has been, I'm afraid. The young players are not coming through. They've obviously got a bit of a problem somewhere, and it's going to take them some time to correct it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. They've employed their first foreign coaches. They're obviously aware of the problem. Li Mao, who used to play for China, who's coached in Malaysia and he's coached in Korea, and is now coaching here.
Yeah, he's a very experienced coach. I'm sure Indonesia has a lot of talent in the young players, but maybe the system hasn't quite worked for them, bringing them through, and they've looked to a very experienced foreign coach to maybe guide them through this difficult period.
So the court officials make their way to #1 court. Eddie Rufianto and Tata Liliana, both of Indonesia, the court officials. Chen Long from China. Not much support from him here in Istora Stadium as he was announced into the arena. 22-year-old from China. Well, no doubt where the fans' support is long, and it's with this man. 3-time former champion, having won for the last 2 years and also won in 2007. Didn't play 2008, so the last time he lost in the Indonesian Open when he was the #1 seed was in 2006. Lost in the last 16 to Cheng Yu of China. It's quite a record, isn't it?
It is. It was interesting. The local newspapers this morning, he was actually asking the Indonesian fans to support him in this match.
Well, he's a phenomenal athlete. You only have to look at him. Rippling muscles, lean. 28-year-old from Penang. Really is a fine, fine specimen and a wonderful badminton player. Chen Long, 22 years of age. He's a tall man, 188, that's 6'2", from Fujian province. It's the same province as Lin Dan. Making his first appearance here at the Indonesian Open. And his third tournament in 3 weeks, whereas this man didn't compete last week. Had a rest from Super Series competition, didn't play in Singapore. Well, the last tournament the Malaysian failed to reach the final was the World Championships last August. And a very, very good reason why he is world #1. Chong Wei has played 6 tournaments this year and he's reached 6 finals. Only tournament he hasn't won, beaten in the final of the Korean Open. Every other tournament he's won, and that's why he's got his 33-1 win-loss record. That really is incredible. And he's looked very, very impressive on his way through to this semi-final. All of his matches in 2 straight games, including against number 7 seed Tian Minh Nguyen of Vietnam. An hour and 35 minutes in total on court for those 3 matches. That's incredible. Just over 30 minutes a match on average. Well, his opponents, world #4, Chen Long, 22-year-old, beat Jan Jorgensen in the first round. Won 1 tournament this year, that was 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Thailand Grand Prix, beat Lee Huan-il in the final. And whilst all of his matches also have been in 2 straight games, 2 hours and 8 minutes for his 3 matches.
Stop rocking up.
It just shows how efficient Lee Chong Wei has been in his matches. I noticed yesterday when he was playing against Nguyen of Vietnam, he was 11-1 up in the first game. Absolutely cruising. This is the 5th meeting between these 2 players and the 3rd meeting this year. And every time that Lee Chong Wei has won, he's won in 2 straight games, including that semi-final of the All England earlier this year. The only time that Chen Long beat Lee Chong Wei was in the very first meeting, which was the first round of the India Grand Prix back in 2009. 3 games it was on that occasion, but since that loss,
Ladies and
this
gentlemen,
man has really
on
stamped
my
his
right,
authority every time they
Chen
play.
Long, China. And on my left, Lee Chong Wei, Malaysia.
So Eddie
Lee Chong Wei to
Rupianto
serve, love all, play.
calls for play to begin. Oh dear, not the best of
Service
starts
over.
from the world #1.
1 love.
Something that's been noticeable this year, Jill, I think,
1-all.
since the world champs, Lee Chong Wei, traditionally, I think, started his matches quite passively. And I think this year he's made a concerted effort to try and start his matches at a lot higher tempo. I think that rally was a good example.
Huge controversy and publicity in Malaysia
1.
when his long-term coach, Husband Sadek, resigned his position as head coach to the men's singles team. whole controversy rumbled on for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's gone wide. But yeah, I'm not convinced, having watched Lee Chong Wei beat Lin Dan in the final of the All England, I'm not convinced that Lee's new coach has not been actually a very good thing for him.
Yeah, I think there's several theories on this, and it's much talked about in the Malaysian newspapers that Lee Chong Wei's actually become a little bit more independent since Misman took a step away from him, that Chong Wei's got a little bit more involved in his own preparation and come out and said a little bit more what he thought, and it's given him a little bit more freedom. And he's certainly been very, very happy with the new coaching setup. He said so publicly on several occasions, and he looks very, very comfortable.
3-2.
Outmaneuvered before going for the winner.
3-all.
slow to recover to his base position. Yeah, good example of Chong Wei's athleticism, though, so quick to get behind the shuttle. Knew there was space if he got there and took it early. Yeah, taking the shot so early, that's what makes it so difficult to play against.
4-3.
How early he is on that. Speed backwards to get behind the shuttle, it's so impressive.
3.
It's not that he just gets behind it, he's so quick forward after it as well. Even if that had been returned, he was in good position.
Service over. 4-5. Service over. 6-4.
Very powerful smash, very accurate smash once again.
See how imbalanced he is. You can't quite see it there, but he's right in behind that, pressuring. Doesn't get off balance.
Terrific.
7-4.
Again, look, he's early on the net. Terrific speed to get behind the shuttle. Chen Long not knowing whether it's going to be straight or cross. This time caught with the cross.
Oh my goodness. I know how fast that smash was.
It's a real demonstration of footwork, Jill. I mean, he's so quick to get behind it. Chen Long felt he was holding that return and flicking it over his head. Well, no. Chong Wei so quick to get behind it, keeping the pressure on his opponent.
Phenomenal. Well,
9-4.
I thought that when they played against each other in the semi-final of the Malaysian Open, the first of this year's Super Series events, and there was real anger in the play. Oh, that's 260 of Lee Chong Wei. I think he was fairly upset in that semi-final, the fact that Chen Long had been given a walkover in his quarter-final against Lin Dan. went out to make a statement. He's doing so again now.
10-4.
Chen Long plays to the front. Lindan's Chong Wei's really early on it, gets the net cord. If he plays to the back, Chong Wei's there, he's behind it, and hitting down and hitting the lines. Oh, this looked pretty small to Chen Long at the moment.
Yeah, 6 straight points from 5-4 to race to a 6-4 lead in just 6 minutes of play. Well, there's been an awful lot of talk for an awfully long time in the world of badminton, Ian, about who is the best player. Is it Lindan because he's won 3 world titles, he's the Olympic champion, he's the Asian Games gold medalist, or is this man, since just after the Beijing Olympics, became world #1? He's been world #1 ever since. And again, the Malaysian media have been saying, oh yes, but he doesn't win the big ones. Well, quite frankly, having watched both players over the last couple of weeks, couple of months, you know, I'm very much of the opinion that Lee Chong Wei, he may not have won the big ones yet, but in my opinion, he's just playing sensational badminton at the moment. Whereas I see frailties with Lindan.
11-4.
Yeah, certainly the final of the All England was as good as I've ever seen Lee Chong Wei play. He really dominated Lindan from start to finish of that match. As usual, the question remains, can he do that in a major championship event, in a medal event? And that's the only question left for Lee Chong Wei, really. He's the #1 player in the world by rights, in my opinion.
Yeah, and mine.
But he has to win a major championship to be remembered as a great player.
Yeah, totally agree with that, but I also argue that he's quite clearly the best player in the world at the moment. 269. It's getting faster and faster.
I mean, the other question, you have to look at the other side of the argument, is Lindan as well. Lindan has said quite often now he's only really motivated by the major events now. Has problems getting himself up for the circuit tournaments. But his concentration this year is World Championships, and next year it'll be Olympics. Well, hopefully Lee Chong Wei will put that theory to the test this year in London for the World Champs. That's good line. But you do have to say, Jill, at the moment, they are far and away the best 2 players in the world.
Yes.
There is nobody really close to them at the moment. And it's a real occasion when they do play each other.
To find the line, to find the winner.
We've seen Chong Wei's net play. We've seen his attacking play, and there we saw his defence. Chen Long persevering, that's a good point to win, really. Must have felt he'd win it 3 or 4 times, but eventually had the patience and found the line.
Play.
6-12, opening game.
Whoa. 7-12.
Well, he did well to get the tight spinning net shot back.
That's a great net from Chen Long. Somehow Chong Wei gets it back. That's good net again.
8-12.
Chen really trying to concentrate to get some control of this match from around the net. That's a great spin. No chance for Chong Wei there.
10 finals last year from 12 tournaments played. Chong Wei. I'd say 6 finals this year from 6 tournaments played so far, trying to make it into his 7th. Oh, that's another wonderful net shot.
That's, that's 3 net balls in a row around the net for Chen Long.
9-12.
He's got good reach, Chen Long, and he gets that racket out really early at the net. Really reaches, uses full extension. He's got good control with the hand on the end. You see it, the net cord, and then a lovely cross net to finish. Again, the key was he took it early. There, 3 good points where he controlled the net, and for some reason used a flick serve. Trying to draw Chong Wei back into another net exchange.
It's going wide.
Service over. 10-13.
Trying to keep the game tight, not lift him when he was late in the rear court. The cross drop recovery worked for him.
Too long.
11-13.
Yeah, good work rate again from Chen Long there. Determined not to clear from the rear court, hitting down even when he was under pressure. Showing great speed to get in and pick the shuttle up from the net afterwards. Completes the full set.
14-11.
He's used the straight smash to good effect when he's had time, and the cross smash, and they're using the centre smash just to keep his opponent off balance in defence, doesn't know what to expect. It's good tactics.
Sheer threat of Chen Long coming forward to the net, forcing the Malaysian into error.
Yeah, we see there Chen Long refusing to give any space at the net. Look how early he was going to be there. Certainly distracted Chong Wei.
Oh, he's missed it.
Service over. 15-12.
Well, Chong Wei just hasn't been given the attacking opportunities that he had in the early stages of this opening game. He won 12 straight points. Sorry, 7 straight points to go 12-4 up. Short lift from Chong Wei.
Chen Long's really upped his tempo, he's really able to follow Chong Wei at the moment. Giving Lee Chong Wei in his place at the net. Therefore Chong Wei forced to lift. Good centre smash. Chen Long was beaten by that same tactic a couple of points before, learnt the lesson. Used the centre smash to good effect himself.
the opportunity to smash, to attack.
Service over.
Use that opportunity
16-13.
to its full.
Yeah, the key here is when he hits the smash, he lands in balance. That enables him to get in quickly behind it to finish from the net. There we see it. As he lands, he's already moving forward. Rack it up. Good finish.
Chong Wei.
Yeah, and whilst he did
Chong Wei.
touch the net, that was after the shuttle had landed on the floor on Chen Long's side of the court, so as long as that is the case, it's not a fault.
Play.
And again, it was the threat jump, which you pointed out a couple of points ago.
16.
Long's really brought his base forward here. See, his racket was already in picture before Chong Wei was hitting that. Just distracted him.
Oh my word. Goodness me.
Service over.
Oh, he just seems to
17,
glide across
14.
the court, gets himself in position, great elevation, and a powerful smash. 261.
It's 261, and you had the feeling he was just placing that and not hitting it hard.
Yeah.
It looked as though he was just guiding it down the line, but when you look at the power behind it as well, it's quite incredible. He's not going away though, Chen Long.
15.
Keeping his intensity really high. It was a good comeback. Comprehensively beaten in the previous point, but showing great intensity in the following point. Winning with a good straight smash of his own.
Oh, luck on the net cord with the Malaysian.
Service over. 18-15.
Created his own luck though.
Yeah, I think he'd read it that time though. I think he'd spotted the cross. It's good movement himself there. Got it very early there.
Service over. 16-18.
Yeah, both athletes terrific movers around the court, but very different body shapes. Very, very powerful legs. Chen Long. This man much leaner, much shorter.
Service over. 19-16.
I have to say, Jill, from that January match in the Malaysian Super Series event, they played each other, I would say Chen Long's defence has improved noticeably.
Yes.
Really getting down lower. That was a real problem for him in that match, wasn't it? His height was a real disadvantage at that time, I feel, but he's much more agile in defence now.
Service over. 17-19.
Oh, yes. Well, he's frustrated at himself, is Chen Long.
Service over. 20, game point, 17.
Going for angle. That's why the speed was so much less than his fastest so far of 269. Just a mere 233.
Chong Wei.
So umpire Eddie Ruffianto, absolutely a real stickler of housekeeping and making sure that all the kit and towel was back in the kit box. 3 game points to Lee Chong Wei. That's wide. 21-17.
The game won by Lee Chong Wei, 21-17.
23 minutes of play. And I thought Lee Chong Wei was going to race away with it at one stage when he was 12-4 up.
Yeah, a few unforced errors from Chong Wei there. But overall, we'd have to say the story is on the overhead winners, 11-2. Chong Wei showing great agility to get behind the shuttle, hit the winners from the rear court. I have to say, in defence, he's got the answers to the Chen Long attack in general in this match so far.
New coach, Subok. "37 career titles, 18 of them Super Series." Charles Zwanzer, former world champion, coaching the men's singles players now. Something about a block there on defence.
Court 1 with the seconds. Court 1 with the seconds.
Lee Chong Wei just looking across to court number 2. And we're seeing that Peter Gader, the veteran Dane, has won his semi-final against Sho Sasaki, 21-11, 21-14. So the winner of this encounter knows that they will play against Denmark's Gader.
Second game, level, play.
Again, concerted effort from Chen Long, determined to not give Chong Wei the time to get the net shot in. And see how early he was there. Diving at the net there, try and get control. Oh, it's loose, it's loose. He doesn't want to lift, but difficult to play net from that late. See how late he was there, taking the shuttle right off the floor. Losing his height there, that's a great angle.
2-1.
Gets up really early there, brings the shuttle down steeply. It's actually in front of the defensive position of Chong Wei.
How much do you think the adjoining match, the other semi-final, might affect things? Because, of course, both of these players, Lee Chong Wei and Chen Long, have very good records against Peter Gader. Both of them will know that this, desperately try and get through this, because then they've got a very good chance in the final.
Yeah, I think Chen Long's got his hands full on this court at the moment. I don't think he'll be worrying about what's happening on the other court. Whereas Chong Wei, it was notable, he did have a look across when he heard the score being called.
Yeah.
Chen Long was very focused. He's got a plan, and he's actually playing. He's made a very good start to this second game. He's closed the front of the court down, and that's the thing to do on this side of the court, because it's difficult for Chong Wei to use the flicks to the rear court because it's so quick from this end. But tactically, Chen Long getting it right at the start of this game.
Yeah, but that lift is long of the back line.
Service over. 2-4.
Just wide.
3-4.
Yeah, good call by the line judge.
A little ambitious, he was taking that quite late.
5-3.
He's definitely concerned about the speed from this end, because normally you'd expect him to play safe there, lift out. So strong in defence, but from the quicker end there, he tried something a little bit extravagant and made the mistake.
Yeah, it's wide.
Service over. 4-5.
Well, it was from this scoreline in the opening game that Lee Chong Wei had a run of 7 straight points.
Yeah, hurry up.
They're just asking if they can tell down. Very intense rallies, so quite understandable that sparring heavily.
They were disappointed there, and he is. He's very disappointed with himself. Again, he'd read it well. He was taking the shuttle early. Gets the net in. Can't afford to be missing those. And again, the drift.
Yeah, that came a long way back in.
6-5.
Played the ball very well there.
Just wide.
He's not playing with much margin at the moment. It's twice he's missed that line. Just needs to give himself half a metre. was the right choice of shot. Chong Wei was off his feet.
Yeah, the problem, though, for all opponents of Lee Chong Wei is that they realise that unless it really is a perfect shot, he's going to get it back. And therefore there is this tendency to try again for the lines, and that's when you start making errors.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Jill, but having said that, Chong Wei was off his feet to defend that. No, got to try and beat him with 2 shots rather than 1 shot. Beat him with a combination of shots.
Sabasola, 6-7.
I just feel that Lee Chong Wei has just gone off the boil slightly at the moment.
Yeah, you don't expect him to miss shots like that when he's in balance and got time. Another example, Jill, that's not a great choice of shot. The return wasn't great. Allowing his opponent to intercept the shuttle on the mid-court and follow into the net. Easy point at this level.
Oh, that's a tremendous angle.
Again, it's that movement on the diagonal. He was early on the net. Chen Long playing the diagonal, flick to the rear court, and look how quickly he gets behind this. Brings it down with such a steep angle. It's in front of the defensive position. Doesn't beat him for pace. It's on the court before he can get to it. It's the angle. Good angle of his own. Again, it's a tentative lift from Chong Wei. Allows his opponent to intercept early. Get up early, clip it down with a good angle himself. Chen Long not looking, Lee Chong Wei not looking very confident from this end with his lifts and flicks.
Good rally. He's missed it. Would you believe it?
Well, he'd done all the hard work there. Spent so long, was very patient, creating the opportunity for himself. Hits with good angle, gets in quick. Just hits too long. Noticeable when Chong Wei is lifting from this end, he's trying to lift crossed just to give himself a little bit more distance, a little bit more chance of keeping the shuttle in. But Chen Long's beginning to read that tactic quite well at the moment.
He's put another one wide. Once again, he'd worked the opening.
Yeah, played tremendously well to create the opportunity again, and then just tries to do too much. But as you pointed out earlier on, Jill, that's the pressure of playing against the world #1. You feel as though you've got to hit a line to win every time. And again, this time he didn't have to.
Thank you. Play.
Well, he put that away with venom. Wasn't going to miss that one.
Made sure this time.
Off.
It's good pressure again. Using the body attack twice. That's good pressure again. His base is way up the court. Not giving Chong Wei space to use the block defense there. Really good again. Really good positive play. Pressure on the front court, getting the lift, putting it away with good cross-court angle.
Well, just 1 point in it. Another game interval. Yeah. Really committed. Well, we always knew Chen had great potential when we first saw him on the World Tour. 2009 was his first full year on tour, and within a 3-month period he'd beaten the top 3 players in the world. As we've already said, he beat his opponent of today, Lee Chong Wei, first round of India. In the China Games he beat the Olympic champion Lin Dan, and in the first round of the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold event he beat the former world and Olympic champion, the current world #3, Taufik Hidayat. Lee Chong Wei knows he's got a real battle on his hands. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's a really good angle again. Chong Wei feeling he's got to hit high to keep the shuttle in the court from this end. That gives Chen a long time to get into position. And he's finding very, very good angles from the rear court at the moment.
No, he's missed it.
13-10.
Oh my word. For first, the net chords from Lee Chong Wei. Chen Long got it back.
Yeah, great net exchange. This time it's Chong Wei who's able to get in early, get the net roll in, and the easy put away.
raises his hand in apology for the lack of the net cord.
Service over. 14-11.
He was in very quickly behind the smash.
Yes,
Reduce the time of Chong Wei all the time at the moment.
he's very much dictating the pace of the rallies, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really taking the initiative at the moment.
Service over. 12-14.
It's a good attack in the first floor. In the first game, he was getting those on the floor, though, and Chen Long beginning to read the attack a little bit better now. Got his racket on it, wasn't far off getting it back.
Oh, it's very good judgment.
13-14.
Oh, he's back level.
14-all.
Chen Long keeping his base nice and high, being aggressive. Chong Wei not playing the block, not wanting to lift, use the drive and caught Chen Long off guard there.
It's these crucial moments, these latter end of a game, character really shines through. And at the moment, a couple of unforced errors from Chen Long. His character is found wanting. There's another error, but that time it was forced.
16-14.
Five straight points.
Thank you.
Chong Wei just guilty a little bit there. He's going for the little deception, but let the shuttle come to him rather than going and taking it early, hunting the shuttle down.
Well, the court is mopped of the perspiration. Both players taking the opportunity to towel down themselves.
Made an interesting point. I mean, Chen Long's made a couple of unforced errors here, and he did that just before the break in this as well. I mean, shows how he's been able to take the initiative, really, because he's probably made 4 or 5 quite easy mistakes in this game. And when you look at the score, it shows that he's right in there.
Yeah.
Certainly much improved performance from Chen Long again in the last couple of occasions he's played Lee Chong Wei.
Play.
Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliantly taken. Brushed over the top of the shuttle. Controlling it.
15.
waiting for that lift down his forehand side.
Yeah, he's got used to that cross flick in the second game, hasn't he? He's reading that very well. There, you could see him already setting up for it.
255, that's 158 miles per hour. Did hit one of 259, if I remember correctly, in the opening game. Not as hard as Lee Chong Wei.
Play.
Oh, how did he get that back? It's gone wide. Chen Long is back level.
As you said, another good example of how much Chen Long's improved in defence. Very noticeable in this match as well, Jill, that as the game's gone on, he's learnt how to read the direction of Lee Chong Wei's attack. Good judgment at the end. Moving at pace, it's not always easy to make those judgment calls.
Yes, and I think we're going to have the court mopped virtually after every rally, because I can see that the perspiration is squelching out of shoes, dripping now from shorts, not just from the shirts. I noticed that Chen Long, between the first and second game, changed his shirt, whereas Lee Chong Wei kept it with the same one. I wonder if he's regretting that, because I can see that his shorts are absolutely sodden with perspiration. He's literally been wringing out his shirt and shorts at the side of the court.
Play.
Oh, it was a big point, and it was a simple error from Chen Long.
Yes, just signs of inexperience there. Just a little bit over anxious. Got into a good position, was taking it early. Just couldn't control it. Again, he's got in position, and again he's made an error. Read the play very well. Read the drop. Here he comes. Technique just breaking down.
2 points away from his fourth final here at the Indonesian Open. It's going to go out. A long way out. And yet another. Well, it has to go down as an unforced error. But it means that Lee Chong Wei, a three-time former champion, has 3 match points to be in the final once again.
Close. 18-20.
this time. And a big smile from Chong Wei. 21-17, 21-18. And his unbeaten run here at the Indonesian Open continues.
21-17, 21-18. Thank you.
He's won the last 3 occasions he's played this tournament. Champion for the last 2 consecutive years. Yeah, and his coach mighty happy with that, and rightly so. Confirmation of the score, 21-17, 21-18 in 53 minutes.
We see probably unforced errors there making the difference. Chen Long from the easier end of the arena to play was able to get his overhead winners up a little bit from the first game, but just made too many errors in the end. He got himself into some really good positions. It was just a little bit too anxious to finish. But I have to say, he's getting closer.
Yeah, he certainly is. No question of that, he's improving all the time. Well, in the early stages, I thought Chong Wei was going to race away with it. But we did see some terrific rallies at the final points. Just watch the smile on Chong Wei's face. So safely through to the final. Chong Wei, 7 tournaments played this year, 7 finals. So their confirmation that Chong Wei through to his 4th final, champion in 2007, 2009 and 2010, will play against the Dane Peter Gedung, who is having his best Indonesian ever. His previous best was a semi-final 15 years ago, and it was quite remarkable that the 34-year-old Dane through to the final here. Great sets victory, as you can see, over Sho Sasaki.